So hello guys, I am Akash. With me is my friend Himanshu Anand. He has done his journalism and mass communication from Amity University Ranchi and post-graduation from IIMC in Delhi in advertising and public relations. So he's currently working in PR.
Yeah. I'm working in a PR firm, Ad Factors PR, which is India's biggest PR firm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little about advertising? Like people have a very misconception about the basics of advertising. So can you yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If you see advertising as a career, so it's mostly divided into two parts. There is a creative part of it where you are into making movies, videos, and shooting advertisements. And there is a script writing and a PR related part of it where you pitch your client, you give ideas to them, and you try to explore things and you try to bring out ideas that would be effective for your client.
Right.
So both of them are like equally important for like giving exposure to your client.
Yeah.
So I would say that it is easy to, or I would not say easy, but it is more feasible to enter into the creative side of it. Look, the script writing side of it, where you are a copywriter, you work for your client, you have direct interactions and communications with them.
Can you explain to the audience what is copywriter? Who is a copywriter? What is?
So the very initial stage of advertising, the very initial part of it, when you get into an advertising or a PR industry, so you enter as a copywriter, a junior copywriter, where you do, the basic things related to the client, where you give ideas and you handle the client's crises and all sort of such things where so you are in a direct communication with your client along with your seniors who are managers and executives. So you are mostly into this. When you move forward along with the as you grow, so you are converted into a senior copywriter. And if you want to enter the creative side of it, where you are supposed to make videos and shoot the advertisements, so you'll have to have a specialized course from, I would not suggest any college, but I would say that FTII is the best place from where you can get a taste of it. So these are a few places from where you can get a knowledge of it. So yeah, that's pretty much all about it. It's a very wide term.
Right.
Advertising is very, big. It's not just you have to make advertisement for televisions. It's online campaign, social media campaign, even print. So it's a very big industry in that sense.
I mean, for politicians, for actors, everyone needs.
Exactly.
So people have this misperception that advertising is evil. Like people try to manipulate others by using marketing techniques. And can you clarify the myth on that?
See, marketing is everything.
Yeah.
And advertising is not yet dead, because when do you advertise? When you have a relevant idea or a product and market, and you want to reach to maximum audience. And in order to give a good portrayal of that particular thing, in order to present it in a way that is satisfactory, or it solves a problem or gives a solution to your potential customers, then you'll be moving into so then you'll having some sort of advertisement and these sort of things. So if I talk about the very perception of people that some of the advertisements are misleading, and you must have seen those advertisements where they say that in 6 days you'll lose your fat, and all sorts of TV commercials that you see. So that's definitely a very paid kind of structure, wherein there's no any such relevant organization working, and there's no as such very relevant team working for that particular project. So it's not very, because you as a potential customer, you're also very much justified to things. You have to see whether it is good or not. And there always will be good things and bad things. So it is all about your perception, that what you choose and what you want.
Right.
If you want to buy a headphone from market, so you'll definitely go through the website, you'll check the customers' opinions and reviews about that. You'll also see the advertisement and the placement of that particular products and the things that they are promising. And still, if you sometimes don't get what you wanted, so it can be, it can have a negative impact on you. But a lot of people get what they want, like from that particular headphone or the thing that you're ordering. So in that particular sense, it's just based on the experiences that you had with that product or with that campaign, or it's just the, thing that is happening in the market.
Okay, so in my legal studies, I've been taught that there's this concept known as puffery. Like,
Yeah, puffery.
yeah. So can you explain what it is?
So basically, if I talk about puffery, so if if you exaggerate about things and suppose if a product is not as relevant as as it appears,
Yeah.
but you like
Claim it.
keep on speaking about it and
Yeah.
like you keep on like increasing its value and showing
Right.
certain features which are not the part of it.
Hmm.
So it can be considered to as puffery. And there is also one more term, I've forgotten the word, where try to show your product or dominate it in front of other products. So I would not take an example, but if you are making chocolate milk and so you try to show that your product is better than others, wherein you try to defame others' products by showing certain features, mentioning their name. So it can also be termed to as a puffery in that case. So
Right.
yeah.
So they can in advertising agency, they can get away with puffery, right? Because they can claim that it is only their own claim about the truth. And
yeah, that's their own claim. Plus, when you are working for someone, so you always try to get into the positive part of it. I mean, if you see, like, suppose I have a client, so I have to work for his project. So I'll be highlighting the merits and the features of it, and I'll try to see if it's relevant for the targeted customers or not. And it's also, if you must have heard of this term, Advertising Standard Council of India. So it's it's looking after all sorts of advertisements and all sorts of things that are coming in market, and it tries to keep an eye on it, whether it is showing the correct thing or not, because we'll have to have something legal or something administrative in this particular case, because you can't go on putting anything on internet or TV per se. So yeah, that's pretty much all about it.
So like if Horlicks people claim that taller, stronger, sharper, so can they say it without getting in trouble?
I would say, there are certain elements in the products and the ingredients that are being used in Horlicks. And if the level of I won't I'm not very good with the science terms, but if the level of sugar and caffeine and everything, whatever that is included in the ingredients of Horlicks, if it is something which boosts your height, and it ashwagandha is very good for your focus and consciousness.
Right.
Yeah. So if you it is not the ingredient in Horlicks, but if you are having it in green tea, so you would say that it gives you focus and it keeps you relaxed. So because it's the property of that particular product which has been added into the green tea. So in that case, you are giving your opinion, you're giving the facts and figures that are added in it and the outcomes that you can get it. There are a lot of people who have not grown in height even after having Complan. And a lot of people don't drink Complan, but they're tall. So genetics are also something which come into play, plus your genes and everything. So yeah.
So many people are misled, by many products, this will do this or this will make me more attractive. So what are your views on that?
You must have seen a lot of advertisements of beauty creams, where they say that in 7 to 8 days you'll get 4-tone brighter and you'll have very good and a very smooth skin. So it's if I talk about the if you must be seeing that they are very less because the level of advertisement has reduced in that. I mean, the beauty products and these sort of things. Because there was a case in 2019 or 18,
recently
related to this particular thing. So you won't be seeing a lot of ads related to this. Yeah. So there's nothing bad if you want to look beautiful, and if you want to there is a very bad misconception that black is not beautiful. If you want to wear clothes, then you'll be preferring I want a black shirt, a black jacket. But if I won't be racist, but yeah, in that particular case, we have defined or given terminologies to beauty, that this is beautiful, this is not. So this is like, this has been in our system since long, and this is a very bad portrayal. Even Bollywood movies, or like if you see South Indian and all sort of movies, so you'll be seeing this kind of things happening in it. So yeah, but because after you would say big directors like Anurag Kashyap, and bringing into reality the factor of realism, wherein all sorts of characters and the real portrayal of society as to what it is, how it looks in the root steps of it. So these are a few things that are working towards it, and we are experiencing a very good change in this particular field as well. So I would say that yeah, these advertisements should not be in that term. Yeah, it's okay to give a very like a fair tone to your skin, and not say that you'll become beautiful if you're white. So that can be a thing, that you look beautiful, but you apply this and it will be good for your skin. Or SPF protection, if I can say, the sun protection thing. So these are a few things that advertisements are also changing. If you see latest ad of some beauty cream, so they're not showing a brightness, but they're mentioning so they're mentioning the SPF protection and these things, which are essential in any way.
It is. So this woke culture that you are aware of, this feminism movement or Black Lives Matter. So all this, how do you think it has a role to play in marketing strategies and advertisement?
It's very important in case, everything that is trending becomes a part of advertising, or becomes a part of, if I suggest, you must have seen that song Kacha Badam. Everyone is dancing on it, and it has become a trend. And you also might have heard about that delivery boy Sonu of Zomato, who used to, who had a very good smile, and a person recorded him and said, "Ha, kitna paisa kama lete ho," and all sort of things. So for a period of 15 to 20 days, I saw that on Instagram, Zomato's official page. So they had put the DP of him smiling on the cover page. So that was the thing. Again, it's a marketing strategy, because that particular thing was trending at that point of time.
Go on.
So that particular thing was trending at that point of time, and in order to utilize the opportunity, the strategies we basically use. And even there was an ad of Pepsi, I would say, Coke or Pepsi.
Kylie Jenner giving.
So that was also because it's trending and situational. Everything happening at that point of time, because everyone is knowing about it, learning about it. So why not convert it into a strategy and portray it in a very positive or a very perspective that you must be having about it?
That's a really good point, because in the 1960s, advertisement was based on male chauvinism, right? Because men were supposed to work and women were supposed to be. So advertisement was also focused on that only, that you are supposed to look beautiful for your husband and keep him. And now it
even the kitchen advertisements, if you see,
the
very prestige advertisement wherein Abhishek Bachchan and Aishwarya Rai. So you can see that both of them are in the kitchen. Ki agar beewi se karte ho pyar, to prestige se kaise kare inkar, or whatever the tagline is.
Right.
So there was a perception that women are working at home, they are cooking food and these things. But we have left these things long back, and we have moved forward. Women are standing together with men, and even sometimes in some cases up. So it's very important that we have a very good perception of it, because people tend to believe what they see if they don't research about it. Fake messages on WhatsApp and all sort of fake news that are spreading, and a lot of people believe it. You must be while the COVID times, you must have heard about COVID is spreading from chicken, or I would just
I've seen that KFC mouse wala picture.
So maybe because a lot of people, they just their perspective or whatever they feel about, they share it as fake news, and without even researching about it, it's spread in such a way that if you are not, if you don't read about it, or if you don't learn about it, So you'll be believing in it.
Hmm.
And that is what brings a very false belief in society. And people, if they don't research about it, if they don't even see it in that particular spectacles. So that is what, but
yeah.
yeah. So I
I
was
think,
saying that,
yeah. Go on.
Go ahead. I was saying ki, these are a few things that have to be practically taken into consideration. And I would say that to be justified, we have a lot of things available now. Even Google search engine, it helps you recognize whether a news is false or true.
Yeah.
So just a simple thing that you can do is
Right.
just copy the URL, or you can just paste it, or even if in Google Image, a lot of pictures are photoshopped. So you can just upload the picture and search it, and you would see a reference of it, whether it is real or fake. So these are a few things that have been good enough to recognize, and we as informed citizens and responsible citizens should take a step towards it, I would say.
Yeah, mentioning your point, I think it is a double-edged sword, internet, that people are also becoming more aware of things that are sometimes false, claimed by marketers, but sometimes misinformation is also spreading by the people themselves. So we can
Yeah,
take it both ways. It is up to the people themselves to, be practical and responsible. Right. So
exactly.
can you tell me some of the psychological principles that are used in advertising? How are people
You know,
convinced? Yeah.
the very first thing that I would say is uh, first you have to get the niche market that you're targeting.
Right.
Suppose whatever your brand is or product is, you have to see who are your potential customers. Because if I keep on advertising, a comb to a bald man, so it won't be working in that. And people say that if you want to be a very good marketeer, so you go on the Himalayas and sell ice there. So these are a few very psychological, or a very related to judge your skills and potentials. But in a very common market where we have people who are not that very much educated about how advertising works and how things are, so you have to be very justified and come on ground and see how they are working, or what are their demands and needs in that sense. So I would say that you have to first identify your potential customers. Then you have to see the budgeting of it. I mean, every organization has a percentage of plan that they would be spending on public relations and advertising. And I don't know if the quote is real or false, but I read it somewhere that Bill Gates said that even if I have $1 left in my bank, I would be spending it on public relations. So that is how powerful public relations is. And I would say that because I studied advertising and public relations from IIMC, but theory, and it is one of the best place from where you can get all the essential knowledge and practicals and everything related to it. We worked on campaigns, and I would say we worked on Zomato campaign as our assignment. So it was a very good experience for me there. So as I started my career as a public relation executive, and it's very different from what theory is. Okay. Because we as people see that if you are studying the terminologies, the models of PR, and all sort of things that are in the theory part of it, so you'll be getting a knowledge of it you'll be utilizing it in the practical part as well. Yeah, it's pretty true. You'll be having incidents wherein you can judge that particular story with that particular concept, but it does not work in that way. Crisis can come in any point of time, and you have to be practical enough in order to give a proper justified thing that your client is also not affected, and the customer or anyone who has suffered with it should also be not affected in a way, by making a plan or executing it in such a way that both of them get a good point out of it. So this is a thing that I would say.
How much role do you think research and psychology has to play in advertisement?
Customers' psychology is very important.
Hmm.
And because research is the essential part of anything and everything that you are starting to do.
Hmm.
You have to have very good customer base. You have to have good relations with media. You have to have the idea as to how you have to bring out that particular campaign or that particular product in market. So these are a few things that are very important, and you have to have proper research and good knowledge about it.
Hmm.
I would say that in my experience, I have been working for last 10 months now in public relations as account executive, and I have been handling automobile client.
Hmm.
So research plays a very important role, as in, you have to identify how your competitors are,
Hmm.
what are the stories that are coming in the market about your competitors, and how their sales, what perception do people have about them, the level of launches and new product launch or new vehicle launch that they do, and the scale in which they do, the
Hmm.
media which is invited in it. So these are a few things that you get to know when you do the practicals of it.
Right.
And this is what you experience when you get into a particular field, like public relation or advertising, I would say. And you know people say that they both are different, they work differently, but I feel that marketing, public relations, and advertising are pretty much connected, wherein in public relation you serve your client, in marketing you serve your customers by listening to their queries and giving proper solutions, and in advertising you present your client's image to your customer.
Hmm.
So they are interrelated, if I can say that,
So
as per my understanding.
how is sales different from these three?
In sales, because I was not in a B school, so I won't be having a proper definition of it.
Hmm.
But I would say that sales and marketing work in relation to one another. In marketing, you have, because when I was doing my internship in HCL Infosystems Delhi, so I was into the marketing department, wherein I had to take a look at all the testimonials and all the demands of our dealers,
Hmm.
and also I had to connect with the customers in order to give them proper solution.
Hmm.
Plus, there was automation as in the mails that are formed to the target customers that would be going all together to all of them.
Hmm.
And in sales, the new concepts of sales like business development associates, and these are a few things that are fresh into the market, wherein you directly interact with your customer and you try to increase the sales of that particular client.
Right.
So this is what sales sounds like.
Okay.
With the advancement of technology, I would say sales is becoming very not very easy, but very different from what actually it was when people used to walk out with the bags and used to put in small kiosks and tents in order to advertise, or not advertise, in order to try to sell the
Yeah.
product or the
Yeah. Yeah.
idea that whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's online now.
Hmm.
You can see the video of a lot of builders and architects. So they show their models of building or flat on internet, that this is the model, 2 bhk, 3 bhk, these are the rooms. So like customer, they don't have to go out if they're searching for a home, so they can get an idea about interior designs from it. You don't have to go and sit there ki ye dikhao bhai, what is this, what is the price of it. They show the price, even the overall look as to how
Yeah.
it will look after the installation and all sort of things. So
Right.
with internet, I would say it is becoming very accessible, not easy but accessible to
Hmm.
everyone.
Okay. Uh, Coming to the history of advertising and with the advent of social media, how much role do you think social media has to play in this?
Yeah, so social media, I was talking about trends.
Yeah.
So social media is the current trend, I would
Yeah.
say. Like since the last 5, 6, 7 years, you would be seeing that there has been a vast increase in the overall presentation of any ad or any commercial
Hmm.
on social media and on YouTube, LinkedIn, everything,
Hmm.
Twitter, the posts of it. So internet. So there has been a very vast increase in these things. And the major reason for this is because, the level of reach. Internet today in India is second, like lowest in cost. If I would say, it's the cheapest in India. I think across the world, if you see, internet is very cheap in India, and everyone is having access to internet after the Geo thing, which happened in 2016, I would say. So it's fast, it's accessible. Even you can see that when you see a review video of any particular product on internet, so you are having the link of it to directly go and buy from it. So you don't have to move out and search for it in the market. And influencers, the influencer, which is the very trending term today. So they are playing a very important role, because influencers, I would say, are customers who review or who showcase their individual customer experiences to other customers. In I would give a proper definition of it, like a lot of YouTubers. So they're coming forward with review videos wherein they show as to how the product is, how the feature of it is. In TV advertisements, you just see the phone coming, it's rotating on the screen, it has this sort of specifications, this battery life, this things. But a reviewer does a full 15 to 20-day test on it. He brings his own personal experience as to how the device is, how the overall criteria of it is, what are the negatives and the positives of it, and gives a proper opinion to the people before they can go and make a purchase. So social media in that case is, playing a very important and very crucial role for everyone, not just for big companies, but for customers also who are looking to grab something new or buy something new. So, and if I talk about the increase in social media, so even OTT platforms, I was going through a report of KPMG. So I could see that, KPMG is, it brings out surveys and information related to the, if I talk about the internet usage in last 2020, 2021. So it was more than more than double, like 100% growth in it. Even the applications like education related applications like Byju's and other sorts of Unacademy and Udemy. So they had,
because of COVID,
like 250, because of COVID, because everyone has to stay at home and they have to work from home and everything. And there was a very shocking result. I don't remember the actual term of it, but there was about 1600% increase in video conferencing and these apps. Because before we never used to attend classes on laptops and phones, but after that, even now we are in different places, able to communicate and reach a lot of people with your account. So this is a thing that has been increasing, and it you can say that it had negative effect on our economy. The COVID thing, it had a lot of people lost their lives, and which was very painful. But if I talk about the technical part of it, the growth that we have experienced and the very change in the overall system, you can work from home now. Even if you are sitting in different country, you have your laptop, you have your internet, you can work from there. You can attend your schools online. But now everything is getting to normal and people have started moving out. But this thing will be there. You can now easily, because it's very easy. Because if you want to attend a course, platforms are there that if you can't afford to go to a very prestigious college and grab a course out of there, so you can have online courses related to it in a very very feasible price. You can go to Unacademy, even upgrades. They offer courses from different IITs and IIMs. I was looking for a course myself also. It was from IIM Kozhikode, related to digital data science. So I was looking for it also. So yeah, that's very a very development part of it. It's very good for everyone. Everyone is because the affordability part also comes into play, and the reach is also, because you are able to reach a lot of people, and the segmentation and targeting is also very good in that.
Definitely. Like one video can impact a lot of people instead
Lot
of
of
one
people.
person sitting here and five people listening. That is very different from one person publishing a video on Facebook.
Yeah, because even today, if you see
Yeah.
that we used to all sit together and watch televisions,
Mm.
but now you would see that everyone is having their own phone. One is watching TV, others are watching another show on mobile phone.
Mm.
So this has brought, preferences. You
Yeah.
can do what you like with
Yeah.
whatever you have, and
Yeah.
this is a thing which has its merit, also which has its demerit,
Convenience.
because convenience is a very important point of factor, and there is also, you feel good when you are able to have things as per you need. But
Right.
the negative, if I talk about the demerits of it,
Mm.
as per my point of view or opinion, so I
Mm.
would say that, people are becoming they're losing their patience slowly and partially. You must remember that we used to go in 2011, 12, 15, till 2015, 16. We
Mm.
used to go to cinema halls and we used to see 2 to 3 hours long movie there. But people are slowly and partially losing their conscious, matlab, the patience.
Yeah.
Today we
Even
have web series.
people are telling me to make podcasts just for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. People
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
watch it.
Because
Yeah.
they don't want to,
Yeah.
they lose their patience. You
Hmm.
must have heard that today the Gen Z, they're having the focus level of just 8 seconds, which is
Yeah.
less than starfish. You must have heard this. So a starfish is having more focus. Sorry, this
Goldfish.
goldfish. Sorry,
Yeah.
goldfish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was saying starfish.
Yeah.
So goldfish is having more focus than a Gen Z today, and so we slowly and partially moved from cinemas of 3 hours to
Hmm.
web series where we have episodes
Hmm.
of 1 hour.
Hmm.
Then we moved to 10 to 15 minutes YouTube videos. Then we moved to 16 seconds shorts.
Yeah.
Then we moved to TikTok for 15 to 20-second entertainment videos.
Hmm.
And now we are into memes where you just read it and you scroll the screen. So we are slowly and partially, I would say that I also had a similar experience. 2 3 days back, I was, I have developed a very I have become a fan of Batman
Yeah.
since last few days. Yeah.
I'm also
So
going
I
today
thought
to
of,
watch.
okay. Yeah, it's yeah. Yesterday I watched the film and it's really amazing.
Okay.
So like 2 3 days back, I thought I'll be watching the film, so I should get up like the previous
Right. Up to
stories of
speed.
Batman.
Yeah.
I should know,
Yeah.
in order to get into the pace
Yeah.
of it. So I was watching the Batman Begins,
Hmm.
the movie that came out in
Christopher Nolan.
2005, because
Yeah.
yeah, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
So because I was in home and I had the accessibility to use my remote and pause the video,
Yeah.
then go out, and
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
half an hour I can come back and watch. So I saw that it was a 2.5 hour movie, and I took 3 to 4 breaks in it. So I did not watch it all together. It was a
Yeah.
very interesting movie. It was not
Hmm.
that key. I was not enjoying it.
Right.
It
Right.
was the way Batman, how he began and how he
Hmm.
like became a Batman. But the problem was that I took 3 to 4 breaks in it, and this was what I felt, because I myself experienced that patience is reducing.
Hmm.
People are short tempered today, and they react. They tend to react. So
You
this is
can't take
also a thing
4 minute
which,
break, 4 breaks in a hall. You
no, you
can't
can't,
afford to.
because
Yeah.
you're paying for it first of all,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are sitting now, so they
You
won't be
can't
stopping
pause
the
it.
movie for just one
Yeah.
person. Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's just one interval wherein you can go for like popcorns or grab something to eat
Yeah.
or refresh yourself. But there's nothing like you can pause on a cinema hall.
Hmm.
And when even when I was watching the movie yesterday, so
Hmm.
I felt a little bit sleepy in between.
Hmm.
That was just my
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
but I felt it. So I went and grabbed a coffee, and then I was fine.
Yeah.
So these are a few things that we have been experiencing, and I would say, you know, uh, very in order to focus your mind, it is very important to, if I divert from the topic of this career and these
And
things, so I
sure.
would say
Sure.
that
Sure.
it is very sure. So it is very important, to be spiritually inclined, to have a very spiritual eye towards things, and to be relaxed.
Yeah, we'll talk about
I
this.
have, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So one more thing I want to add in your cinema wala, that like I am going today with my friends. So there's this
Yeah.
culture of calling everyone, then booking the hall, then going there,
Yeah.
sitting together. It's a ritual kind of thing. Now what it is slowly changing into that we are sitting at home, watching it on our films, being isolated, separate from each other. So that also gives a negative impact towards social influence.
You're becoming socially isolate, if I term it as socially isolate. Because when you I have friends who can talk very good on WhatsApp and Facebook, but when you meet them face to face, so they'll be very shy, or they won't be expressing the way they used to talk on WhatsApp and social media. So this is what is impacting us, because you feel that comfort zone, you feel that shell when you are at your home with your laptop. So you feel that confidence that no one is there to judge you, or to give opinions to you. You can say what you want and you can do what you like. So this is a very important thing. And we can't fully escape from this. You can't just stop the internet, and you can't just sell off your laptops, and you can't, because everything is working with it. It is into our system now. But
it is
what
in the
you can do
now.
is, schools now, it is in our systems now. Even when we were small, I was like, if we were like 1 to 2 years old, we would be crying for toys. And today you would see that mothers, they just download Talking Tom Cat, or any fun Candy Crush, or any small games. Yeah, so they hand it over to their babies, and they're quiet. They don't want toy, they want that game. So it is how it is moving. And even when I got my first mobile phone when I was in class 11th.
Oh.
And so before that, I wasn't having any mobile phone, for like a personal mobile phone. And a few of my friends, they got it when they, like, after 12th, because parents feel that while using a mobile phone you will be diverted. And the feeling that they had at that point of time, I completed my 12th in 2017. And 2015 I got my first phone. So my younger brother, my cousin brother, he's in class 6th, and he has his own phone now, because he has to attend online classes. He has his own laptop, he has his own phone now. And also that he won't and he wants, he should have that specifications in his phone now, because PUBG, games, education, everything. So this is how it is changing. And I believe that moving forward, as we move forward, even in the very beginning part of it, like we used copies and notebooks and pens. So we'll be having that Apple tablets and Apple pencils and all other alternatives for it, in order to jot down notes, rather than because it is in a conservation point of view. If I see, so they say that cutting trees in order to make paper, and in order to make a tablet, it's just technology. A pen, once invested, you can use it for long. So this is how it is moving forward and developing.
Also download your books for free now, and it is really helping a lot.
Kindle. I purchased a Kindle 2 to 3 years back, and I have been recklessly using it, and it's really amazing. It has you don't feel the glare of it in your eyes. You can read for long. And because while you are using your mobile phone, so you don't get bored, because you keep on opening different tabs and doing different things. And in Kindle, you feel that you're having a device in your hand, so you don't feel diverted. If you're reading a book, if your notification runs, so you'll be grabbing your phone, we'll reply to him, and you get diverted. But in Kindle, there's nothing. You'll just have a book in it, and you feel that you have a device in your hand. So I feel that I don't get diverted while reading any book on that.
That is a good tip.
But I would say that the real experience is when you read book physically. I mean, the smell of it, the feeling of turning. It's just that you tap and the Kindle changes the page. It's not very fun.
That is true.
You add bookmarks.
But unless you have a library at your house, I think if you want to read a book, you feel the need to read a new book. You can't go to the market every day and
you can't go there, because
Yeah,
I would add on to this because you must be seeing that we have audiobooks today,
right.
and a
Yeah,
lot of people
it's really
who,
convenient.
yeah, it's really convenient. And but I would say it's convenient, but again the patience factor come into the play, where you don't have patience to read the book. You get
Hmm.
diverted very easily, you're distracted very easily. And in an audiobook you just have your headphones or earphones and you are listening to it while driving,
Yeah,
while
that's
doing
the
any
thing.
other,
People are so
while
busy these
like
days.
jogging. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that they have to
While
do
jogging.
other things as well.
So convenient.
Yeah,
Convenience is a very
yeah,
important point, but you are becoming, a bit, I would say, if multitaskers, but you're also becoming a bit isolated
yeah.
from what actually the things used to be at that point of time,
We are not
like
mindful.
5 to 6 years back.
Yeah,
Yeah, mindfulness is escaping from all of us slowly
yeah,
and partially, which should not,
yeah.
because it has been our culture, it has been our identity. The discovery of zero,
Hmm.
Aryabhat, the knowledge, the like all the information that our purvajas and jo purvaj hamare the, our ancestors, so
Yeah.
they provided us
Hmm.
the way things used to be,
Right.
from becoming like fully digital now. So this is a very big change, very important change, and development point of view, I would say it's very good. But when it comes into the we are trying slowly and partially losing our culture. So I
Hmm.
would say that it has its merits and demerits both. But
I
we
mean,
have to maintain that balance,
yeah.
and this is what is very important.
So I noticed a pattern in me only that whenever I used to order food, I needed to watch something that I had.
Okay.
Yeah. So now I am starting to do this, that if I order a pizza, I just focus on eating a pizza. And the taste becomes better. I can feel it in my mouth. I can feel it digesting. When I watch a movie, I don't even know that I'm eating a pizza. So
You
we
tend to
tend
overeat
to,
also sometimes.
yeah, we don't want to miss out on the movie. We also want to enjoy that. We can't do everything. Our brain is not designed. So that is why I want to move on to the next thing of mindfulness and meditation. And you are a meditator yourself. So can you share your experiences, some benefits, the reasons for
Yeah.
spirituality?
So I would first explain as to how I started and how I become a part of it.
Sure.
So I, started. I was brought into the world of spirituality, and I got a knowledge of spirituality from one of my teachers back when I was in college for my graduations.
Like, can
And
you give a definition of spirituality? Like, how is it different from religion?
yeah, so there is a very defined definition and difference between spirituality and being religious.
Hmm.
If you are spiritual, you don't because it's my like the opinion that I have and the things that I have learned. So it won't be, people can they can criticize, or they can comment that it can be different, but
Hmm.
it's the overall experience that I had from it.
Hmm.
So spirituality is basically, inclining yourself towards, it's mindfulness basically. You focus on what you want, you focus on yourself, you try to be, you try to find
In
out what
touch.
is,
Yeah.
you try to get in touch with yourself, you try to find out what has been there in you since long, and it's
Yeah.
it's it's trying to hurt you, or it's trying to you're trying to get things out of your head. And religion is actually worshipping God.
Hmm.
Spirituality won't see worshipping or anything. You would see meditation, you would see focus, uh, you would see peace. And
Hmm.
in religion there is also peace and meditation, and but there is a the the
Worship, I think.
worship part that comes into the
Yeah.
play. There is certain formed norms that you are like
Supposed to follow.
practicing
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
particular thing. Yeah, supposed to follow. And in I was a part of
Hmm.
meditations, and 2 years back I practiced it for like one and a half year.
Hmm.
So it was the very initial part of me wherein I was introduced to heartfulness. And I would say that, I was never as conscious I used to be before. I mean, I was very unconscious at that point of time. I used to, I was struggling with my career. I was not, I had plans after 12th to go and pursue BCom. And after that, I wanted to do, prepare for CA.
Hmm.
And because, I did not score good marks in mathematics at that point of time, so I could not get into DU, Delhi University. So and after that, all the like campuses and the colleges, they were full with the seats. So I had to come back to Amity University. And after 1 year of course, I was not very satisfied
Right.
with
Nobody.
journalism and mass communication. Yeah. So I
Nobody
was I
with
was
Amity.
struggling. So I was struggling with myself. Why did I choose it? I should have waited for 1 year. And other sorts of things were also going in my head. I had fights with my friends and the other sort of things also. So because all these things came together,
Yeah.
so I was very, I was very into the that zone, that very, where you get depressed and you feel very, you need someone
Decided.
to take you out or talk to. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I had my English teacher back in Amity. She was a part of Heartfulness. So I told her about it as to what I just wanted her help in that,
Hmm.
I would say. So she introduced me to the very meditation thing and how it works. So I started visiting Heartfulness. I was trained for the 3 day initial practice that they gave me as to how you have to let things go and everything.
Hmm.
And I then I started working in my college with my teacher, and I started to help my friends and my mates in college to get a taste of meditation as to how it feels, how it is, and how everything, tend to change when you practice meditation. It's very powerful because you tend to realize, because we judge others. तूने ऐसा क्यों बोल दिया, तूने ऐसा क्यों कर दिया, why did you do? So we don't see that there must be something in us also. We must have done something, or we must have had certain consequences, and we don't see ourselves, we judge others. So that is the thing which is very, very bad. Because I would give you an explanation as to how I got into my dream college, IIMC. So I got to know about IIMC 4 to 5 years back.
Hmm.
And it was the day when I decided that I'll be studying here. And it was really impossible for me if I was not able to develop the level of focus which I got
Hmm.
by practicing meditation and spirituality.
Hmm.
I after like 1.5 year, I left Heartfulness. And then I decided that I'll be exploring it. So I got attached to nature and environment. So I'm from Ranchi, Jharkhand. And here you have a lot of, if you go out of city, you'll be having all sort of nature, trees, jungle kind of view.
Yeah.
The valley things, waterfalls. Ranchi is a city of waterfalls, so everything. And these, if you get attached to nature, if you get a taste of it, you'll be slowly and partially feeling the calmness and silence in you. And you must have heard of Vipassana meditation.
Can you explain?
Yeah, I can give you an explanation. So I have not been fortunate enough to experience it, but
Hmm.
in Vipassana, you take a 7 to 10 days break, and you go to institutions like Art of Living.
Hmm.
Even Sadhguru's institution he also like
Hmm.
trains for Vipassana.
Hmm.
So you go there, you don't have access to your mobile phones,
Hmm.
and you'll be disconnected to for a period of 7 to 10 days,
Right.
wherein you won't be speaking any word from your mouth. And you'll live with other people who are coming and practicing Vipassana. And they'll all have a routine wherein they'll wake up at 7, they'll have their breakfast, they'll meditate, then they'll have their lunch, they'll meditate, they'll go out, they'll roam, but they won't speak anything. And in this period of 7 to 10 days, what I researched, I'm telling you that in this period of 7 to 10 days, because if you don't speak now, your mind doesn't work very fast. You won't be overthinking, you won't be having different negative or positive ideas that come into and affect you. You won't be getting intrigued by anything or anyone who's
Right.
trying to say something to you and get affected by it. So in this period of 7 to 10 days, you'll experience the real piece of it, as to how everything is silent and how everything is relaxed, and you get you give a break to your mind actually for a period of 7 to 10 days, which brings you to the very first experience of how you become a part of spiritual and meditation.
That is
So
also
this is
why in our Hindu religion, Maun Rat ka period jo rakha jata hai,
ah
that is
yeah,
because of
Monrat.
that, right? Yeah,
I think because there must be,
some
our
logical
culture
reason.
and our heritage
Yeah,
is very, very vast and very, people were very knowledgeable and very, uh, I mean, very,
yeah,
advanced,
yeah,
even without technology.
yeah.
They had developed, like they knew the factors and secrets of galaxy. They discovered a lot of things that, telephone is a discovery in India. A lot of these things where we do puja, where we do yoga. So these are a few inventions of India. So they were ahead of time. They knew that these things are gonna come, and people have to be developed in such a way that they try and get, like, relax themselves in this point of time. Because if you don't, if you don't silent your struggling mind, you'll be taking bad steps. You will affect your decision making skills. You will be facing problems, and you will be not interacting with others in a very open way. You'll be hiding things, and a lot of things would be negative about you.
Mm,
So you need to have that, level of level of understanding with yourself,
mm,
with your soul.
mm,
And you have to identify as to what is troubling you,
mm,
as to what is affecting you, and then you have to find a solution for it.
mm. So you
uh,
explained the benefits of meditation. Okay, and you also mentioned self-help books, how they help.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would give an example. So uh, currently I'm reading this book, The Courage to Be Disliked. So it's basically a conversation between a young man and a philosopher. And I have read this book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. So it's a very amazing book wherein, you can, if you don't want to read the book, you can go to Netflix and you can see a film that has been made on the book. It's very amazing. So there was a example in it. I would give a personal experience or an example of mine.
Mm,
When I started to work for my job, I in the very first 1 month, I felt that I don't have time for myself, and a lot of other people, they are also facing this thing. कि भाई सुबह 7:30 से I've been working, and it's 7 in the evening, and after completing my work, I can't go out, and I get a bit tired. In the very initial part of it, I'm saying,
mm,
the very first to second month, you feel a bit, you're not having time for yourself. And this is what I myself also experienced. I was very worried as to what should I do in order to solve this thing, because if I keep it in my head for long, I won't be able to work, because it would be affecting my skills, and I would also feel irritated when I am given any task to do.
mm,
So what I did is that I started to form routines, that ki theek hai bhai, from this time to this time I have to work. But after that, rather than thinking and wasting time ki I did not get time for myself, I can go out and walk. I can go out with my friends for hour. I can eat what I like. I can distract myself from thinking useless things. I
mm.
can read a book, anything. So this is a very basic thing that I even see with my friends also. So we had discussions, and they also feel good now. I also feel good now because I am able to give time to myself even after working hours. So this is a very good thing that I experienced. So I was talking about the example from that book, The Secret.
Yeah.
We all want to. There is a very good example which always was in my mind after reading that book. That uh, if not very punctual, but a very explanation that I have in my mind about that particular line. So it was we are on a journey. Suppose you want to be uh, a CEO of a company, or you want to start your startup or any business or
Yeah.
do anything, or you want to be a director, you want to have career growth. So you can't just jump. You'll have to take steps, and
Yeah.
slowly and partially you will be going
Yeah.
toward it. So there was an example of it wherein it was a very good example wherein you are in a car.
Yeah.
And if you have to go from one place to another place, and it's the night time, so you have your lights on and you're moving. So you will be having diversions, you'll be having uh, wrong paths, you'll be having distraught roads, and you'll have to cross valleys and everything. This is how life is. And the light that you have in your car, the halogen light or the projector light that you have in your car, so it will be just showing you 100 meters ahead. It won't be showing you the final distance that you have to reach. And this is how life is. I have started working as an account executive. I can see myself growing as a senior account executive, but I can't see abhi myself growing as a manager. That is how the light of a car also works. It shows you a certain distance. Ki bhai, ye tumhara step hai. You have to work in, or you have to move in this particular path, and then you will be leading towards it. If you reach after that, you'll have to see the another vision that comes in front of you. Plus, if I talk about the decision making, so I was college placed twice, campus placement. So I got into another campus placement, which was offering me double the package which I'm having now. And the merit, or I would say the negative part of it, was that it was outskirts. It was in a small Gao kind of place, and it was a contractual job. So because money, I would say money is everything, but money is not everything. Because in career point of view, or what you want to do, there is very important that you make proper decisions. So my friends decided that they will be, who also were placed in that particular field. So they decided that they'll be going for it. And I was very struck. I wanted to, I was thinking, I was discussing with people, and I was very I was not able to make proper decisions. So I decided that I'll be jotting down the points. I decided that I'll be noting down the points. So I like divided the page into two halves:
Pros and cons.
the do's and the don'ts. Yeah, pros and the cons.
Yeah.
So I wrote that if I go, I'll be having good package. I'll able to experience new job, this, that, all the points that I had. And the negatives I wrote, I always wanted to be into a corporate sector. I have future plans to enter into advertising industry, which will be affected because the experience that I'll have there won't be any relevance to the field that I'm working today. Plus, it is in a remote location. So in my field, you have to make contacts. You have to develop your communication. I was not even now, because this is my first time interacting in such a, yeah. So I would say that when I was back in college, so I was very shy. It was very difficult for me to come in front and, yeah, because when you messaged me, I was very excited. Yeah, I love to do it because you experience different things. It is the first, you have to take a step.
Yeah.
If I don't take a step, how will I
you grow out of your comfort zone?
Yeah, so it has to be some, there has to be some point where you have to come out of your comfort zone. And when I was in college, when we had to do the presentation, so I was very afraid to go to the stage and to speak in front of my friends who have been there with me for last 3 years, even though it was very difficult for me. And I feel that after meditation has also played a very important role in me, wherein I was able to calm down myself in order to speak things that I want and express myself in a way I want to. Because when you are in such a situation, when you have to go to stage in order to perform something, or when you're not prepared, that suppose you don't know an answer and your teacher asks you that stand up, just give me an answer for this. So you become nervous and you start speaking you have a very basic knowledge of that, and you start speaking anything and
Rubbish.
that is not relevant. Rubbish that is not relevant to that particular thing. But in that case, if you peace yourself, if you calm yourself down, कि ठीक है भाई, अब कुछ हो नहीं सकता, आप पूछ लिया मेरे से, so I'll have to be answerable to this. So I would say that I'll calm myself down. I'll say this is what I know about this, and I'll just try to give all the positive or all the relevant things that I have in my mind about that particular answer. So it would be very beneficial rather than speaking anything that would make fun of you, or that would be ineffective or useless. So even now when I'm talking to you, so if I notice myself, if I start talking fast, so I calm myself down. ठीक है, धीरे, slow down. And I start speaking in a lower pace in that case, if I say with a practical example. So yeah.
I want to add one thing, like I was diagnosed with bipolar mood disorder. What happens is you feel depression for 3-4 weeks, and then you feel very high for 3-4 weeks, like you are on top of the world.
I got your point.
Yeah. So I was also taught the power of routine, that to stabilize your mood, because in this disorder your mood fluctuates a lot. Like every 1 hour you feel happy, sad, everything in 1 hour. So to stabilize it, you have to do some things that are to continue for the rest of your life, like wake up at a certain time. After that, like do yoga, meditation, do some exercise or walking, like some things within 24 hours. You have to do 6 hours of everything that you will do for the rest of your life. And with that, my mood has become so stable that my medicines have reduced a lot, and I have been able to do all kinds of other things as well, and I have grown due to my routine. So the power of routine, and it incorporates meditation, of course. So the last question I want to ask you is, can you tell the audience, someone who wants to start meditation, what can they do? How can they do it?
I would say that, in a very initial part of it, you feel that कि भाई ये क्या हो रहा है? I mean, you are not able to sit and you are not able to relax for a longer period of time. You're not able to, because when you close your eyes and when you are into that peace zone, so your mind would be working. You will be getting the the notifications, if I would say, or the thoughts that come into your mind. Like इसने मेरे को ऐसा क्यों बोल दिया? Why did she quarrel with me? Or why did the teacher scold me? How did my boss say that to me? Or anything that you are feeling excited about. I'm going to movie, like you said that you're going to the movie. So that is coming to your mind, and it's trying to divert you from getting that peace. So your mind can't be stopped, because if your mind stops, you are dead. So it will also it will be always working, and you will be getting thoughts. It's just you let the thoughts come and you channelize yourself into positive thoughts. In order to start it, I would suggest a personal example that I experienced, and it is that I searched for YouTube videos wherein you have rain, the sound of rain, or the sound of that Tibetan bowl, the tongue sound, the frequency of it. So it's very that sound is very peaceful, because when you get distracted or diverted with a point of thought, so that sound will be coming into your house, and you can get back into that the thing that you were following. You'll get back into the peace that you were trying to get. So this is the thing that I would suggest, that you start with some guided meditation. You can get guided meditation on YouTube also, if you search guided meditation, wherein you will be asked to breathe, then exhale, then breathe, then exhale. Even there are apps on internet wherein you can, the breathe app. You first have to control your breath and then focus on it. That for 6 seconds you'll be inhaling, for 7 seconds you'll be holding it, and for 8 seconds you'll be releasing the breath. It forms a pattern of you, and it calms you down. You can experience it. You must have experienced it also, that when you are, frustrated, if you are frustrated, "Ye kya ho raha hai yaar, ye wo." So if you take deep breaths, you'll calm down. It will calm you down. And this is what works with meditation as well. You'll calm your mind in this particular thing. And I would say that you need a teacher, if not trainer, who can, who has basic experience of it, and who can let you know what is good for you, what is the correct way of doing certain things, and what is right for you and what is not right for you. You don't have to go to a physical trainer or a teacher. You can follow, you know, a lot of people on internet also today.
Sadhguru.
Sadhguru is one of them, and I was following Amit Mukund Prabhu from ISKCON Mumbai. So I had a talk with him also, and you can search for a lot of people on internet as well, who will be, who will be guiding you, or who will be letting you know about a lot of things that you should do in order to get a taste of it. Ranveer, the Beer Biceps, the Ranveer show, the podcast. So he's very famous, and the topics that he chooses are very related to spirituality and his personal experiences that he faced in his life, and they are very motivating. So I would suggest that whosoever is watching the video, they can go and listen to those podcasts as well, and they'll be getting experience of, a very tone of what exactly others have experienced or have got from it, and what are their own structurization, or what are their own expectation of the post expectation that they're expecting from it. So this is the thing that I would say.
It's a very knowledgeable podcast that we did today. You have a very good sense of communication. It was really nice talking to you, and we'll do
It's
this
really nice.
again.
Definitely. And again, we'll do this with a different topic, and it would be really fun.
Yeah, it will. So take care. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Pleasure is
Bye-bye.
all mine. Pleasure is all mine. Bye.
Thank you.